thirsty, then that person has not really realized the purpose of fasting, the meaning of fasting. Abstention from food and drink is a symbol. And the symbol is that we control ourselves. We learn self-discipline. We learn patience. We learn to live according to certain pattern, according to certain way of life. And that's why our Prophet said, من لم يدع قول الزور والعمل به فليس لله حاجة أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. Those who do not give up bad words and bad deeds, Allah does not care if they leave their food and drink. Allah does not care, really. Allah is not in need of people leaving their food and drink if they don't learn the message, if they don't learn the lesson. So Alhamdulillah, thank you to Allah, my dear brothers and sisters. We have learned some lessons. First and foremost lesson is that we must be always conscious of our spirituality and the moral principles of our life. We must be conscious of that. Human beings are not just made of flesh and blood. There is something more to the human being, not just body, not just flesh and blood. And what is more to the human being? More to the human being is the Spirit of God. وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He formed us from the mud, when He formed us from the dust of the earth, that dust became very precious because He blew into it the Spirit. So human being becomes the best of the human beings, best of the creation of Allah, because of the Spirit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah created everything, but He did not blow His Spirit in dogs and cats, in monkeys and elephants, in tigers and snakes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I blew into my spirit into the human being. That's why human beings are the Khalifatullah to the earth. They are the vicegerents, they are the deputies of Allah on this earth. Very honored to the human being. خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. We have created human beings the best mold and the best form. And those who are simply conscious of body, those who are simply conscious of flesh and the blood, and the needs of the flesh and the blood, they are not real human beings. The real human beings are those who are conscious of their spirit, the root, the relation with their Creator, and understand that, and live by that. Ramadan reminds us that man does not live by bread alone. Human beings do not live only by this thing, but they live by the word of Allah, by the divine spirit. This is the message that Jesus is the one who gave also. And this is the message of Islam. This is the message of all the prophets of Allah. And we learn during fasting that you must be patient. And you must be disciplined people. Patience and discipline are great virtues. These are the sources and means of success. Successful are those who are patient. And successful people are those who are disciplined people. Discipline and success and patience bring success in this world. It will bring success in your family. It will bring success in your business. It will bring success in your work. Whether it is social work, political work, whatever work you do, it will bring success. Have to be patient. And fasting teaches us patience. And fasting teaches us discipline. This world has so many different options. There are so many different attractions. Not everything that you see is good. Not everything that glitters is gold. There are things that are good and there are things that are bad. Fasting teaches us how to say no. The will to say no. That is a very strong thing. You understand what is right for you and what is not right for you. If something is not right for you, say no to it. That is what discipline means. And that's what the fasting teaches us. Fasting teaches us kindness and charity. Once you go through hunger and you go through the pain and you go through the thirst and you go through the inconvenience by your own will, under the command of Allah, then you know there are a lot of people who are hungry and thirsty. And poverty in this world, unfortunately, is, with this world of plenty, there is so many people who are poor. Even in this country, which is the richest country in the world, we have so many people who are hungry. When we had during the month of Ramadan, the humanitarian day, we went to the Los Angeles area, people are standing in line to collect food, to collect clothes, to get some medicine. How important it is to care for others, care for our own neighbors who are in need, and care the people, the humanity. The people are dying because they don't have fresh, clean water. They don't have a piece of bread. And I'm not talking about something strange. It's something that you see every day before your own eyes. Millions and millions of people. And fasting teaches us that whatever you have, be thankful to Allah for that. Appreciate that and don't waste it. And share with others. Share with others. Kindness, charity. That's why our Prophet said about the month of Ramadan, he said, "Huwa shahr as-sabr wa shahr al-muwasat." This is the month of patience and this is the month of consideration and kindness. Muslims become very generous during the month of Ramadan. They give their zakat, their khairat, their sadaqat. The kindness flows. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, was ajwad ma yakunu fi Ramadan. The hadith says that Rasulullah was the most generous person, very generous person. But he became most generous in the month of Ramadan. كان أجود من الريح المرسلة. He was more generous than the wind that brings the clouds and bring rain on the people. This is the clouds and the rain, is the generosity of God, generosity of Allah. And the Prophet was as generous like the rain. That is the generosity of Islam. That is the generosity of Muslims during the month of Ramadan. And always. And my brothers and sisters, fasting teaches us another very important principle. And that is we should be together. Fasting is not just an individual experience. It is very individual. Every person fasts for himself and herself. Nobody knows whether you are fasting or not except you, yourself, and Allah. So fasting is a very individual experience. But it is not just individual experience. It is also a family experience. It is also a community experience because you do it together. The whole family gets together. Everybody gets up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. And everybody is getting together at start time. And during the day, and people bring their guests and their